Welcome to Social Impact TV. I'm Anna Choi, and it is my pleasure to have with us today Larisa Goldin. And she is the founder and the CEO of Dreamclinic, which has 4 different clinics here right in Seattle, our Puget Sound area. And I just love her story, so I wanted to go ahead and share that. So go ahead and tell us, Larisa, what inspired you to even start Dreamclinic?
Well, Anna, what inspired me to start Dreamclinic is probably my experience with my first business that I started when I was 25.
What was that business?
It was wholesale of computer supplies, where I, sell it all around the country to computer stores and software companies.
First tech company. Okay.
Oh yeah, and I was doing well, but I was, just busy on my financial independence and sales, and so worked long hours, ate fast food, and after about 3 years, I started having serious health issues where I was really fatigued, and I also had nonstop heartburn, and the doctors couldn't tell me what was going on, and so I ended up having to sell that business and just really focus on recovering my health, and that experience was a big part of why I started Dreamclinic, because I realized that it wasn't like I was doing anything terrible. There wasn't any major disease. It turned out that the fast food and all of so I was drinking like 8 or 10 cans of soda a day. Imagine all the empty sugar. And when I changed my diet and then introduced some stress management, that was another thing, stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
My problems started to go away. And it was so shocking to realize that something so simple, and yet it completely changed my life. And after a year, I was able to get better. But I said, it wasn't easy to figure out how to get well. There was a lot of conflicting information. And fortunately, I could take that year, but a lot of people can't, because I had a little bit of funds from selling my business. And I said, I want to help others not go through what I've gone through, because health is so important, and yet it's not discussed,
Yes.
So
we're not taught that in school.
We're not, my family, math PhDs, very smart people. My sister's a math PhD. So we're educated, and yet no one ever talked about how do you read a food label, or, what does sugar really do to your body?
Yeah, stress management. Yeah.
Stress management, especially because it impacts every system of your body, and it can impact your digestion, it can impact your mood, your hormones. And yet, in my family, it was like, suck it up, right? So many, if you're having a tough day, suck it up. Stress, not a big deal. And it was.
So Dreamclinic really became the solution then for people to find wellness easily from a holistic perspective.
Right, because when I kind of was researching and learning about health maintenance and wellness, I realized there really weren't a lot of companies that were kind of known brand that you could trust, where you could go and just say, hey, help me get well. I'm not sick yet, but I'm not at my best. I'm not.
Right. It's not.
So yeah, that's
doctor. It's preventive, really.
Yes, exactly.
Good. So that's your signature, right? Is massage. I had the privilege of being able to.
Well, yeah, massage is wonderful, and I ended up going to massage school when I was in high tech. And massage is fantastic because not only does it help with muscular conditions, sports injuries, but of course we all know it's incredible for stress management as well. So I just found it to be a great foundational service that we could kind of build around, and we've since have added acupuncture, and we'll probably add some other core wellness services in the next couple of years.
Perfect. What have been your top 1 or 2 struggles or challenges as you were growing your empire? Because now you've got.
Well, first of all, hiring good people, right? You have to learn, because I think in the beginning I used to just, hey, you look like you're pretty bright, you're smart, let me convince you that you should work here. Where I learned it's really important that people share that passion for wellness. So now we look for culture fit. And we also look for people who enjoy the job that they're going to be doing, right? So it's not a forced fit. And that's really transformed the culture in the business. Now there's just this wonderful energy because we all really share that passion for the mission of Dreamclinic. And the number 1 challenge has been financial access to funds. Venture capital did not see massage as a viable industry. And banks don't really lend, or at least not when you're early on, not when you're not, if you're not at least doing a couple of million like we are now, you're not going to get their help. So I ended up being very resourceful. I used Craigslist. I've had a couple of trips to Goodwill. settling for things that are good enough, create your own marketing piece rather than paying a professional. And I use credit cards a lot. Sometimes you have to pay high interest rate.
That's what's available. Yeah.
It's available. And so I have to admit, probably the thing that had me crying some evenings was worrying if we were going to make payroll. And that happened more than once. And I held my paycheck, and the universe in the end always kind of got us through. But
you got funding too eventually, right? People that believe.
That was probably the most inspiring thing, is that because we were so fanatically focused from day one on a great customer experience, when I needed funds that were more than credit cards could provide, when we were opening our third location, plus we were relocating our headquarters. So we really needed, at this point, to raise money. And we ended up raising money from our clients. At that, we had 20, 30,000 people in our client database. And out of the 18 parties over the years that have invested in the business, 16 of them are Dreamclinic clients. And that's been probably the most inspiring thing that I'm still grateful for to this day, is every client that walks through the door, they've been our evangelists, and they've really noticed the difference in the quality of care of Dreamclinic. And the one thing that clients tell us, and why they're so passionate and why they funded us, is that with Dreamclinic, they feel that not only are they getting good skilled therapists, but they can really tell that there's this authentic and genuine interest in their long-term well-being. So it's not just, thank you, come on back, but it's, here's some things you can do between sessions to, help yourself. Here's some stretches. So, and I've had clients tell me that your therapists really listen, your therapists really care, and I haven't found that with other places.
That's awesome. It's really great. You've been authentic with us and really sharing your story of what you went through. And now it's hard to break that $1 million level, and you've done it. I mean, you're at what?
Well, at this point, we're going to be closer to 6. I don't know if I should be mentioning that, but it's been a very tough journey, and now it's much easier. But it took us about 13 out of 15 years to start getting some access to capital.
Well, thank you for really sharing what it took, right? Because people can make up a lot of things. Oh, how they got to where they are. So I just appreciate that. And how can people learn about you? What's the best way to engage? Because we'll put definitely both your links here below the video. So we'll put
just go visit our website. You can schedule online or email us at service@dreamclinic.com.
Perfect.
Hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Larisa. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Very nice to meet you. Thanks.
All right. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.